The city hadn't woken yet, but the room already smelled of iron and regret. I found him on the floor, eyes open, lips half parted like he'd been about to speak. The clock on the wall blinked 4:07 a.m., frozen mid-minute, as if even time refused to witness what happened here. A half-drunk cup of coffee sat by his hand, steam long gone. No forced entry, no struggle, just silence, deliberate, surgical. Somewhere outside, a siren wailed and faded, swallowed by the fog. My phone buzzed once. A message. "You were right. It's done." My throat went dry. Not fear, recognition. Because whoever sent that text knew exactly what I'd find, and they knew I'd keep it quiet, at least, for now. I didn't call it in right away. I just watched the scene, the stillness, the symmetry. Death arranged like art. He'd been careful about everything, passwords, routes, names, yet he died surrounded by the evidence he'd tried to erase. His laptop was on sleep mode, faint blue light pulsing like a heartbeat. One photo caught my eye, him and the mayor, smiling at a fundraiser 2 months ago. A detail most would ignore. I didn't. The timestamp didn't match the event. The image had been edited, replaced. Someone wanted it there. When I replayed his last voice message, I heard it. Static, then his whisper. "If they find me first, burn it all." I looked around. The air conditioner hummed, steady as guilt. And somewhere, beneath that sound, I could swear I heard breathing. By day 3, I'd stopped sleeping. Every sound in my apartment felt staged. The hum of the fridge, the creak in the ceiling, like someone wanted me to notice. People had started to change their tone. His secretary avoided eye contact. His wife spoke too softly. His brother smiled too long. They all said the same thing. He had enemies. But none of them seemed surprised he was gone. When I checked his call logs, one name kept reappearing. Mine. Times I didn't remember calling. Dates that didn't exist. It was as if someone had rewritten my part in the story. The more I dug, the clearer it became. This wasn't random. This was a cleanup. And I was the loose end they'd forgotten to cut. Paranoia stopped feeling like fear. It started feeling like foresight. I found the drive inside his coat lining, taped shut, labeled in his handwriting, for when silence breaks. Inside were recordings, hours of meetings, deals, and voices that didn't belong on this side of the law. Politicians, police, me. One file stood out, room 412, 3 a.m. It was audio, 2 voices, his and mine. But I never remembered being there. Then the second voice said it, calm, rehearsed. "You'll take the blame if it goes wrong. You always do." I realized it wasn't me speaking. It was someone using my voice, spliced, cloned, calculated. The entire case was built to collapse on me. The truth wasn't hidden, it was rewritten, and the only person who could undo it was already on the floor that morning. I didn't call it in right away. I went to the press. At exactly 8 a.m., the recordings hit every major network. Scheduled, encrypted, unstoppable. By the time they traced the upload, it was too late. The city was already awake, angry, watching. The mayor resigned before noon. The chief investigator vanished by evening. And the story they built around me unraveled in public view. A perfect confession that never came from my mouth. I didn't need revenge. I just needed them to see the truth, raw and unfiltered. When the last broadcast ended, my phone buzzed again. No number, just one line. "You were never supposed to survive this." I smiled. Neither were they. Now the city sleeps again, quieter, heavier. Every face on the street looks different, but the silence feels the same. They call it justice. I call it correction. I don't dream anymore. I just remember. His eyes open on the floor, my name in his last message, and the truth I had to bury to keep my own heartbeat steady. In another world, maybe I'd have been the hero. But heroes talk too much. I learned to listen instead.